Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Rogers Center here in Toronto, Canada, for another fantastic afternoon of Blue Jays baseball next on the show. It is another gorgeous day here in Toronto, Canada. The roof is open, where the 25-32 Houston Astros come to take on the 31-26 Toronto Blue Jays. Here you take a look at the Astros starting lineup. It is a fairly decent lineup down near the middle and the bottom, but most of it has struggled, and they will oppose Marcus Stroman, who has struggled in 11 starts this season, is 1-4 with a 4.19 ERA through his first 66 and 2/3 innings. However, does have 74 strikeouts in those 66 and 2/3 innings. So he's going to face Will Venable to start the game, and Will Venable is going to go and chase that one up high out of the zone and strike himself out. Marcus Stroman with some electric stuff. And here you take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. Tommy Medica is in at DH this afternoon, as Nolan Arenado has very much struggled against lefties this season, which segues into left-hander Francisco Liriano, who in 11 games is 3-4 with a 3.39 ERA and 69 innings with 59 strikeouts and a hefty 26 walks. So Gregory Polanco comes in with a 14-game hitting streak, and right here to start off the ball game, he's going to dip it over the second baseman's head, and that is a 15-game hit streak for one Mr. Gregory Polanco, who is white hot right now. And Mike Trout is going to come up with two men on in the bottom half of the first inning, and Mike Trout is going to give this one a ride high and deep into right center field. Center fielder Adam Jones is going to get there, but not before the second run comes around third base and scores. Javier Baez and Gregory Polanco score on a Mike Trout triple. Now it is Chris Bryant up. Bottom of the first inning, Chris Bryant rips one high and deep into left field. That one is carrying Dayan Viciedo. Just watches it go. And Chris Bryant has number 12 on the season. Maybe number 13. I think it's number 12 or 13 on the season. And that is a two-run shot to make this a 4-0 ball game very early. So now two men on. Pitching is Stroman. Stroman gets the out at second base, and he avoids a potentially dangerous situation. And the Blue Jay is very much into it today here, folks. He's breakdancing on top of that first base dugout. So now, here we go. Wellington Castillo, top of the third. Castillo chases a slider low, and he strikes himself out. Stroman dealing it today. And Will Venable up in the top half of the third inning. One out, and Will Venable takes this one high and deep into left field. That one is way back. Polanco jumps at the wall, but there is no chance of him bringing that one back. Will Venable has himself a solo home run here, and it is now 4-1 in favor of the Blue Jays still. Now Yonel Escobar comes up 0-2 count. Yonel Escobar strikes out on the low and away cutter from Marcus Stroman. This Astros lineup is just struggling to figure out Stroman today, except for the one home run. So now Evan Longoria up, and Evan Longoria goes down on strikes. Even the veteran Longo can't figure out this little kid Stroman. Well, not little kid, but this kid Stroman. Now Wellington Castillo up again, and Castillo down again on strikes. The catcher just can't do anything. So now Mike Trout running. That is a strike, and Wellington Castillo somehow, someway, guns out the speedster Mike Trout at second. I don't know how he did it, but he managed to do it. So now Adam Jones here, top of the sixth. He's up 0-2 count. What happens to Adam Jones? The same thing happening to everyone in this Astros lineup. He strikes out to Marcus Stroman. Now Nolan Arenado comes in a pinch hit situation. Bottom of the sixth inning, he takes his one back up the middle into center field. Rizzo's trying to take third here. He's going first to third on this one, and he is going to get gunned out easily at third base. Longoria had the ball there. Jones rocketed it to third. We shouldn't have tried to do that. Now Evan Longoria up again, and Evan Longoria down again on strikes. This Astros lineup is just a free swinging bunch. So now it is, I'm not exactly sure, Dayan Viciedo who goes down on strikes to Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman just playing the cashier today. He's striking everyone out. The Blue Jays getting into it. Here you see the Blue Jay striking himself out as he just spins after that one. So now Gregory Polanco up in another key situation. He drives his one to second base, flip on to second, throw to first, and Polanco is there as Javier Baez tried to take out the second baseman on that slide. So now Polanco is at first, and he steals second. He is in there. So now that is... No, Javier Baez didn't get thrown out. Javier Baez is hitting right now. What am I talking about? Because Javier Baez is out with one man on, out two men on, and, well, they're going to walk Javier Baez for some reason. to get to Mike Trout with the bases loaded. That is a very, very questionable decision on behalf of the Astros. So now Mike Trout is up, and it is a broken bat looper to first out at home. And Mike Trout tries, and he gets there at first. So the bases are still loaded with Chris Bryant up. Chris Bryant just kind of weakly hits this one out to second base. Second baseman makes the over-the-shoulder catch, and that is out number 3. So the Toronto Blue Jays can't capitalize on the bases-loaded one-out situation. So now this is Will Venable coming up, and Will Venable going down with a man on. Marcus Stroman pitching 8 strong innings of 4-hit, 1-run baseball with 9 strikeouts so far. Let's see if he comes back out for the 9th. Now Nolan Arenado's up, and Arenado gets a nice hit on the elbow there, and oh dear, that is not good. So this could be anything from a bad bruise or a fracture of the metacarpal. His hand is not good. He will need to be removed from the game, but he does not get removed from the game, and that pitch hit him in the elbow, so I'm not sure how that really affected his hand much to bruise or fracture his hand, even though he got hit in the elbow. Not exactly sure what's going on there. But he stays in the game at first base. So now there are 2 men on with no one out. Anthony Rendon is going to just loop this one into left field. Very shallow left field. And Diane Visayado couldn't get there. The shortstop couldn't get there. So all of them are safe for Yasmani Grandal, who's going to draw a walk. So that is a walk. That is a run walked in. Anthony Rizzo is the run that is walked in. Now we go to Gregory Polanco, who's been hot as all hell, and you know what? Polanco is going to come through in the clutch. That is going to be out to Diane Visayado, and that is going to be a 1-run single. They decide not to push it there. And now Javier Baez comes up, 3-0 count. Javier Baez gets a walk, and that is another run walked in the inning. So now it becomes a 7-1 ball game for Mike Trout, 0-2 count. Mike Trout swinging and missing on that slider. Mike Trout has just had a lot of trouble today picking up the ball. So then Chris Bryant dribbles one to short, and the short baseman throws on to second. Almost safe there at second base, but that is the end of the inning. Now, Yunel Escobar is the first task for Marcus Stroman in the 9th, and Yunel Escobar drives this one into right field. Bryce Harper throws on to second base, and you know what? They decide that that's going to be it for Marcus Stroman. He gives the ball to Skip. That is over 100 pitches, but a phenomenal ball game pitched by Stroman. He gets a standing ovation. Tip of the cap to the fans, and they loved this pitching from Marcus Stroman. He really had a great outing. So Tom Gorzolani comes in, who's worked 22 innings in 9 games to a 4.09 ERA with 18 strikeouts and only 4 walks. He's going to have Adam Jones as his opening task, and Adam Jones rips one back up the middle. Mike Trout fires to third base, and that is going to be a single for Adam Jones. That puts 2 men on with no one out here. Mike Napoli is up. He takes this one to first base. Anthony Rizzo throws on to first. Or throws on a second, the throw comes back to first, and somehow, someway, Mike Napoli beats it out at first base. I don't know how. But now Evan Longoria comes up in the top half of the 9th, and Evan Longoria is going to take a seat back on the pine with a strikeout. And now Diane Visayado is the last hope, and Diane Visayado rips this one high and deep into right field, but Bryce Harper makes the over-the-shoulder catch. And that is the ball game here, folks. The Toronto Blue Jays destroy the Astros 7-1. On the shoulders of Marcus Stroman's fantastic outing. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. If you did enjoy, as always, I do encourage you to leave a like rating, comment down below, letting me know what you guys thought of this episode, if you loved Marcus Stroman's outing here. And so, one last time, we're going to run through the line score once it pops up here. And that is 7 runs on 12 hits for the Toronto Blue Jays, 1 run on 6 hits for the Houston Astros. Francisco Liriano gave up 2 walks and 4 runs of that. Marcus Stroman, phenomenal ball game, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Blue Jays, 7 runs.